Well, good morning. It's early in the morning. It's only 4:30 in the morning. I've been driving for about an hour and a half already, and I'm in just past Wrightwood. I'm heading up Highway 2, which is Angeles Crest Highway, and it goes all the way from I-15 freeway all the way around the backside of the San Gabriel Mountains and dumps back into La Cañada Flint Ridge. And the reason I'm up here is we're going to go do a hike to Mount Williamson. It's on the backside, kind of overlooking the high desert, and it's just past Baden Powell and Mount Baldy. So I'm going to meet Gerry over there. We're supposed to meet at 6 to start the hike. I still got an hour and a half. I'm not too far. I don't think maybe 15 miles or so from the trailhead. So this is the first chance I've had to really pull over. My heart was going 100 miles an hour because I just drove past Vincent Gap, and I almost hit a deer. I came around the corner. I knew this is the time of the morning, time of the night that they'd be out. You know, I'm not surprised that I saw a deer, but he just kind of bolted right out in front of my car. So was able to get around him. Then I just now, like 100 yards back, that's probably Gerry. There's not a lot of good ham radio reception right here. So I had a little ways to go, and then I'll be at the trailhead parking lot, which is Islip Saddle, which is also the trailhead for Mount Islip, which is on the west side of the road. We're going to be going east to Mount Williamson. Well, I've arrived at Islip Saddle. It's about 4:40 in the morning. It won't get light for about another 45 minutes. I think about 5:30, so I've got some time to kill. We have full moon. And I got a great view off to the east here over toward Lancaster and Palmdale and out toward that direction. And just on the other side of Islip Saddle, I actually have a view over to the west toward Los Angeles. So I'm going to hang out here for a bit. Maybe I want to set up my double nest hammock between a couple of poles out here, maybe take a quick 45-minute nap. And Gerry should be here momentarily. Another damn deer ran in front of me again. This is like the fourth one this morning up this road, so at least this one wasn't as close of a call as the other two were, but I've seen quite a few already, so hopefully it'll be a nice good day today. It's about 63 degrees already at 4:30 in the morning. It's supposed to be a daytime high of about in the valley about 104, but up here we're around 7,000 feet. It should be about 85, I take it. So we're hauling up more water than usual. Normally we only take about 2 quarts for the average day hike, but today we're going to carry about a gallon just in case. So we might need it today, and we might need the shade too. So our trail is going to be up that direction. It's going to be right behind the outhouse that I can smell from here, and we're going to be heading up toward the top of Mount Williamson. Well, we're at Islip Saddle in the San Gabriel Mountains. The trail up to Mount Islip is on the other side of the road. It goes up that way. We're going to be going this direction, which is going to head up to Mount Williamson. Mount Williamson is right off the PCT. The PCT crosses the road right here. And we're going to head up this ridge, eventually get to another ridge where it splits off, and we're going to head up toward Mount Williamson. Ought to be about a 6-mile day hike, and if we decide to do 2 or 3 of the plane crashes, it'll be a little farther than that. So it looks like it's going to be about an 8-mile day. It's going to get really hot today, though. It's going to be over 100 in the valley. It was 104 at my house yesterday, and I think it's supposed to be hotter today than yesterday. So we'll see how it goes today. Up here in the mountains, we're at about 6,500 feet, 7,000 feet, so it should be 80, 85, which isn't too bad. To prepare for it, we are hauling up a little more water than we normally would. I've got a 2-liter bladder plus 2 additional quarts. And we're starting off steep right out of the gate. Gonna feel that sun today. Well, so far we've gone 1.64 of a mile according to Gerry's GPS. It's been straight up, pretty much straight up the whole way. I don't think we've had any level spots. If they were, they were few and far between. We've been in the sun the whole way too. I'm pretty much soaked all the way through in sweat, so is my back of my pack. But right here, we finally crested onto the, I guess, the south side here, and we have a view down here of Highway S2, which is Angeles Crest Highway, that kind of winds its way down and around. You see it coming all the way down and around, working its way down the canyon. And we're looking, according to my watch, pretty much due south right there. So we got a really good view over the valleys. Highway 39. Yeah, Highway 39 down there. And you can see the shape of the canyon. Islip is over here. And we think, I don't know if you can see it, is Mount Waterman over there. So on this side of the ridgeline, we're in shade, thank God. So hopefully it'll be on this side for a little ways. We can kind of cool down a little bit. It's only 10 to 8, and it's probably already 75. We're taking a little break here at this spot. It's got a dramatic view down below here. Off that way is toward the Devil's Punch Bowl. And looking off this way, we're trying to figure out what that is, because it looks like there's water of the ocean and then Catalina on the far side, but we're not 100% sure. But there is some definite dramatic views right here. And it looks like in a moment we might be going around the corner here and we'll have views maybe off the other direction, but it's a good breeze coming up. We're enjoying it while we can, and you can still see the road snaking down below here as we're working our way up toward Mount Williamson, which we believe is right over here. So it looks like we're going to go this way. We should be coming up to a PCT junction here pretty soon. It forks off and goes left and heads down toward the road, and we're going to be going right and up toward Mount Williamson. Well, we just took a short break, about 15 minutes. This is where the trail from Williamson goes up to, it splits off, it goes up to Williamson and then it continues left and heads back down the PCT. So we split off on the PCT, it's heading down that way, back down toward Highway 2. And we're going to go up this direction behind me here, up toward Williamson. Now there's 3 knobs that are Williamson. The first one, which is the one I think is on the map as Williamson, is actually not the tallest. The peak next to it is the tallest. And I believe the summit register is on the second one. So I guess we'll find out when we get there. It's about 8:40 or so. And it's probably 75 right now. In the shade, it's not bad. That sun's going to be rough later, though. We still have great views out that direction. You know, we noticed on the map that after we hit the PCT junction, it looked like it was, if you can read a map and you can see contour lines, you can tell this next section is going to be straight up. And I think this trail has the world's shortest switchbacks. They're about 6 feet. So we're going to gain some elevation right quick. And it's in the sun. And you can see where we're going. It's right there. All the way up to the top. But it'll be worth it when we get those views off the backside. Well, we're nearing the top of the first Mount Williamson. Oh my God, look at the view. Well, that, my friends, is the desert. And the east side of the San Gabriel Mountains, looking over toward Edwards Air Force Base and the Mojave Desert. Over to the left, over there is the second peak of Mount Williams, which is a little taller than the one to the right. So we're going to run up to the top right here and just to see if there's a marker or a sign-in register or something. I read somewhere that there wasn't. So we'll see. We're going to work our way up that ridge line to the second one. Well, this is the actual summit of Mount Williamson. This is the one that's on the topographic map. But like I said, there's no benchmark, there's no plaque. So we have views this way off toward Catalina Island and off toward the ocean. As we work our way down around the ridgeline here, we've got Mount Islip and Baden-Powell. And over off this way, I'll take you over here so you can get a better look. We've got a pretty good view over toward down that way, just on the other side of these trees is just the beginning edge of the Punch Bowl and the Devil's Chair, and out toward Edwards Air Force Base and El Mirage, Dry Lake Bed. So you can see what a tremendous view we have from up here. And these are the extra ridges of the Williams Ridgeline. And on that side, on the other side of that, is where the plane crashes are. So we're going to work our way down along the edge. Hopefully we'll get to a spot where we can see the plane crashes and it's not too steep where we can, you know, get down to them and check them out. But 2.5 miles from the car to here, to the top of Williamson. Wasn't too bad. I can say that now because I'm up here. Well, here's the second summit of Mount Williamson. We already crested the first one, and then this is the second one. And in that pile of rocks right there is a summit register. And that red can right there. There's also a geocache up here somewhere, so off that direction we can see back over toward the ocean again. And then as we swing around, we have that tremendous view back down toward the desert. There's a little bit of a cool breeze. It doesn't feel too bad in the shade. We're at 3 miles right now from the trailhead. Well, we're nearing the third summit. Second one is behind us. Third one is right here. And we can finally start to see some debris from the airplane crash down in a little ravine, a little gully right there. So we're going to go up here and check it out from this third summit. And all the way along the ridge line, there's actually a little trail here. We were kind of worried there wasn't going to be a trail, but there actually is. It might not be maintained, but enough people have taken it over the years. That's a good spot for a break right there. Got pretty good views from up here. See a long way off. Over this way we can actually see Mount Wilson. We can see the domes on Mount Wilson. They're off. They're real small. You won't be able to see them on camera, but we can see them from here.
There's a sailplane that's just floating around out there in the thermals over the high desert. It made a pass. It's right behind that tree right now. You really can't see it. When it makes a turn, you'll see the wings. There you go. As it makes a big sweeping arc back toward me. Maybe it'll come this way.
Well, we're coming back from the third peak of Mount Williamson. Our goal was to get to the airplane wreck, but at the end of that third peak, it drops down significantly, 500, maybe 1,000 feet, and comes straight back up again. And it would have added a couple more hours at least to our hike. And then on top of that, once you get to where the crash is, you have to go down a steep slope. And then you have to come back up that slope. So we decided to call it a day and head back. Temperature is really starting to heat up. We're in direct sunlight. These little shade patches are great. The air is blowing from this side. It's coming up from that direction, so that's nice. But there's patches that were on the left side of the hill, and you don't get that benefit of the wind, and boy, it makes a huge difference. So we got about 3 miles to go to get to the car. Shouldn't be too bad. I know there's a lot of ups and downs, but majority of it is down. Well, we made it back to the junction of the Pacific Crest Trail where it meets the little used trail up to Mount Williamson. And instead of going back the way we came, which would put us back at Islip Saddle at our cars, we decided to go this direction, which is a little northeast, I guess, and take the Pacific Crest Trail, which will put us about 1.5 miles down the road from our cars. So we'll have to walk 1.5 miles up the road to get back. But the benefit of this is we're hoping the grade's a little easier. It's going to be mostly downhill. And the 1.5 miles at the end will just be a road walk. And on top of that, there's a couple tunnels we're going to have to go through. So it'll be kind of fun going through the tunnels. And the best thing about it is the breeze is blowing up this canyon. And feels great. Got a lot more shade on this side. On that side, we would have been in full sun most of the way down. So this side, we're in the shade. The only problem is we just added 1.5 miles to our hike. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. But right now, we're enjoying the shade and we're enjoying the breeze along the Pacific Crest Trail. See the highway way over there, working its way down around, then we head way down to the right. Well, we're not too far from the car, I don't think, or too far from the road at least. We've been going down these switchbacks that have been going on forever, and we've lost quite a bit of elevation. I know on the way back to where we parked the car at Islip Saddle, we have to gain some elevation. That's going to suck, but it'll be on the road. And we'll be going through 2 tunnels, I think, so we'll have a little bit of shade. So we're not too far from the end of the trail portion of this adventure, but we just passed, 15 minutes ago, 3 people coming up, 4 people. They parked down here where we're going to end up. They were heading up to Williamson too. But what we noticed was it didn't look like they had any water. So maybe one guy had a pack, maybe he was carrying the water for all of them, who knows. But, it's almost noon, 11:30, and the hottest part of the day is coming.
And you can see the road down there now. And they're going to be hiking uphill in the direct sunlight with no water, so good luck for them. I don't know, I don't think I'd want to do it. We can see the road down here now. We'll be down the road in another 10 minutes. Well, we've come down the Pacific Crest Trail away from the junction with the trail from Mount Williamson. And we're almost to the parking lot here. This is where the cars were pulled over, and if we would have shuttled the car, would be the end of the hike. But since we didn't, we've got to hike a mile and a half up the road. Pleasant View Ridge.
Oh, this is the Pleasant View Wilderness.
Yeah.
Everything here.
And yeah, they says marked 6250. That must be it. Well, we're coming up on one of the tunnels. Back there it said the clearance was 15.3, and here it says 13.6. So, looks pretty tall to me. Hey, we finally got some shade. Woo! Honk, honk, honk. Oh! Having a little fun in the tunnel. Feels good to get out of the sun, boy. It's pretty intense. We've got quite a ways of tunnel to go here. Never been inside a tunnel going this slow. I actually get to see what one looks like inside. Just got to make sure when cars come by, we give them lots of room. They have a little shoulder here. I guess we could go hop on that and get out of the way. That looks like we're coming up on the second tunnel. Woo! Oh, there's a breeze. It wasn't as cool in that tunnel as we thought it'd be. Here comes the car. Of course, he's going the other way.
Sparks a flying, tires a sliding. 'Tis a lovely day. My tack is pegged, I've lost my head. So don't get in my way. The crest is the best, truly the test, come what may. Through rocks and ice, we will forever dice, chasing our cares away.
There you go. Well, it seems a little perceptibly cooler here, a little cooler on this in this tunnel. I don't know why there's a difference. But sure beats hiking in the sun. Woo! Woo! Always like hiking in tunnels. Woo, 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 woo! That goes on for a while. Woo! Just being silly. Well, we made it back to Islip Saddle. It was a round trip hike of how far?
8 miles.
About 8 miles. So it would have been a little less if we would have came straight down the mountain. But we took the PCT and we ended up down at the other end and had to come through the tunnels. But to put it in perspective, that's the first one. The second one's higher, so the hike is from here up and over that to the second one. And it's 12:30, and it's hotter than a firecracker right now. But there's nobody here.
700 feet.
Yeah, at 6,700 feet, it's 80 degrees ish, 85. So, but we made it back. I'm gonna have a cold one, and have a nice long drive back to Temecula. But anyway, that's it. Mount Williamson.
My backpack says 90.